Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a look outside that weather window. And what a beautiful winter weather day it was around north central Washington today. Temperatures back now to where we should be seeing them for this time of year. No more 40s, and it felt like it out there today, but look at that blue sky as we look down from our Wenatchee Heights cross camera at the beautiful Wenatchee Valley. And with just one of those beautiful winter days, here we are 2 days before Christmas. And we're going to stay just about like this as we move through the rest of this week, at least today and once again tomorrow. Dry and seasonal. We'll see high temperatures in the 30s once again tomorrow. Low temperatures will be chilly around 20 tonight. And we could see areas of fog also develop. That'll probably be more on Christmas Eve, and we'll talk more about that. But as we move into Christmas Day, how about this? We're probably going to have a white Christmas here in the Wenatchee area. I think snow will begin late in the afternoon on Christmas Day and continue into Christmas night. And for folks to our east, that means some snow on Saturday morning too. And we'll tell you all about that coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Wenatchee police have responded to 3 vehicle crashes involving people suspected of driving under the influence. A Wenatchee man has been arrested on suspicion of firearm theft. And landlords and residents comment on proposed short-term rental rules in a Chelan County public hearing. But first, we begin tonight. A Kennewick man was arrested Tuesday for allegedly firing shots at a convenience store in Ellensburg after being told to wear a mask inside the store. Ellensburg police say 32-year-old Johnny Stone went into the Astro Express Mart on Canyon Road on Sunday and refused to put on a mask after being told to do so by an employee. Police say as Stone was leaving, he fired several shots toward the business. Nobody was injured, and Ellensburg police obtained a warrant for the Stone's arrest and, working with Kennewick police, arrested him on drive-by shooting and criminal trespassing charges Tuesday morning. Police say they recovered the handgun believed to have been used in that shooting. Wenatchee police have responded to 3 vehicle crashes involving people suspected of driving under the influence. All 3 drivers were arrested on DUI charges. Wenatchee Police Captain Edgar Reinfeld said it's an increasing problem.
So here at Wenatchee Police, we just really like to remind people that DUI is, of course, always a bad idea. As a criminal offense, it's also really dangerous. In the last 36 hours, we have had 3 collisions involving DUI drivers. All 3 were arrested for DUI, and thankfully no significant injuries out of these, but it's not always the case. We've had a large number of DUI collisions over the year, and I've continued to see an increase in DUI arrests every year over recent years. So please, if you're going to drink while you're out and away from your home and need to get somewhere, call Uber, call a cab, Lyft, whatever it is that you can find. Get a ride from somebody sober, but do not drive. It's not worth it.
A Wenatchee man with prior criminal convictions is accused of stealing a handgun and 32-round magazine. 26-year-old Dominique R. Lockhart allegedly took the Glock handgun from a residence in Entiat earlier this month. He was arrested Tuesday in East Wenatchee. Lockhart has past convictions for residential burglary, trafficking stolen property, and escape, making him ineligible to possess a firearm. Chelan County has wrestled for years with the issue of vacation rental homes in its unincorporated areas. Now, county commissioners think they may be close to adopting workable regulations on this booming industry. That was a topic of a public hearing yesterday. NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins has the story.
We've allocated 2 minutes for each person. We would like you to state your name and your address, and then that's when your time will start.
It was 2017 when Chelan County first took up the question of short-term rentals, or STRs, residences that are offered as vacation getaways for less than 1 month. After years of public meetings and feedback from rental owners and opponents, the county this month unveiled its draft ordinance. It would regulate STRs under 3 tiers, with limits on lot sizes, number of guests allowed, and other factors.
I live, work, and vote in Chelan County. This issue is really about what kind of communities we want to have, and in particular, what kind of residential neighborhoods we will have in these communities. The primary purpose of residential areas is to provide both the quantity and quality of housing for our residents. While everyone is entitled to their opinion, I suggest your primary responsibility on an issue like this is to the people who make up our communities, the residents of Chelan County.
And we care deeply about our neighborhood. Right now, the proposed code is the most extreme proposal by any county in the USA. And it is a lose-lose proposition that will cause hundreds of people to lose their businesses and dreams. It will cause deeper community division, and it will result in a costly legal battle.
Short-term property rentals have become a growth industry in the unincorporated areas of the county. And despite so many years waiting for new rules, some STR operators asked commissioners to halt the process until incoming Commissioner Tiffany Gehring can be seated at the start of the new year. The STR Alliance of Chelan County, which represents operators, endorsed Gehring in the November election. But commissioners say they'll hold a workshop Monday and make a final decision Tuesday, December 29th. In the meantime, public comment can still be made by email or correspondence until 5 p.m. this Sunday. Jefferson Robbins, NCWLIFE.
Coming up next, area legislators have received their committee assignments for the 2021 session of the Washington Legislature, which starts in January. Healthcare workers from throughout north central Washington are featured in a video produced by the Chelan Douglas Health District that asks people to do their part in fighting COVID-19. And the Wenatchee School District is hosting a live stream camera of developing salmon eggs. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee believes a clean home is a happy home. Mary Maids provides holiday cleaning services to cheer about. Don't let the seasonal cleaning ruin the festive fun. Mary Maids can simplify your life at a great value. It's never too soon to start planning a holiday-perfect home. Mary Maids of Wenatchee happily offers a worry-free guarantee. Locally owned and operated, let Mary Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Call Mary Maids today.
Welcome back. In another news, area legislators have received their committee assignments for the 2021 session of the Washington Legislature, which starts in January. 12th District Representative Mike Steele has been named the lead Republican on the Capital Budget Committee, as well as serving as a member of the House Education and Appropriations Committees. Fellow 12th District Representative Keith Gaynor will be the lead Republican on the House Environment and Energy Committee and also will serve on the Transportation Committee. 13th District Representative Alex Ybarra of Quincy will be the lead Republican on the Education Committee and also serve on the Civil Rights and Judiciary Committee. Well, healthcare workers from throughout north central Washington are featured in a video produced by the Chelan Douglas Health District that asks people to do their part by masking up, social distancing, and avoiding group gatherings outside their household. Here's a look at that video.
They've seen and lived the devastating impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. They're our friends, our neighbors, our local healthcare workers. Theirs are the first faces you see when you call for help. From behind the scenes, they keep our clinics and hospitals open and operating. They care for the sick and the dying, and they've held your loved one's hand when you couldn't be at their side. For months now, they have fought through emotional and physical exhaustion to care for us and our loved ones. When this pandemic has brought them close to tears or their work has seemed insurmountable, they shake it off and return to their job the very next day. Please do your part to help them. Wear your mask, social distance, and avoid groups outside your household. Help us to care for you.
Help us take care of you.
Ayúdenos a protegerlo.
Help us care for you.
Ayúdenos a cuidarlo a usted.
Help us to care for you.
And as we go to break, it's almost as restful as watching that video of the burning Yule log. The Wenatchee School District Science Resource Center is fostering a clutch of coho salmon eggs, and you can watch them develop on a live camera feed. The tank-raised eggs will eventually grow eyes and hatch into tiny salmon fry over the next several weeks. You can follow their growth at this YouTube link that was on your screen. The project is supported by Cascade and the Yakima Nation Fisheries. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Hi, I'm Shauna Pringle, and I'm the Assistant Regional Long-Term Care Ombudsman here at Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington. The Ombuds program serves individuals residing in long-term care. We are resident rights advocates for folks living in nursing homes, assisted living facilities, and adult family homes. Our region serves Adams, Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, and Okanogan counties. We are always free and confidential. Due to COVID, many freedoms have been restricted to protect the vulnerable from infection. Mandates and policies are ever changing. These are challenging times for all, but especially those residents living in isolation from family and friends. To understand more about resident rights, compassionate care visits, essential support visitors, please contact the regional program by dialing 509-886-0700. Ask for the Long-Term Care Ombuds.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story for local service agencies, this has been an especially busy and challenging year. Serve Wenatchee Valley Executive Director Tom Neese told Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz that two of his agency's bigger projects, a massive food distribution at the Town Toyota Center and a special market that operated until this week, showed how they adapted to help those in need in the midst of a pandemic.
We transitioned very early when we closed our office. So we were closed and yet we were open. We were here. We were here throughout the pandemic, and our phone lines would light up, and we would take the information over the phone. We would find out what the need was and refer. We would do all of that from appropriate distance. And so we had both electronic ways of submitting information, and we also had over the phone conversations and as many personal conversations as we could. Now, in the middle of this, we started out by doing the drive-through food bank over at the Town Toyota Center. And so that was a drive-through model, partnered with the Town Toyota Center. I have to shout out the Town Toyota Center at this moment of time, and Mark Miller and the staff over there have been absolutely amazing community partners throughout this season. They have been incredibly generous to be able to take this big empty space and all of the hardship that they have gone through, and yet turn that into an act of generosity to this community has been amazing to me. So I really have to shout that out. So it started there, but then we opened in about August a Fresh Hope Market here. And so we opened essentially a grocery store. And the Fresh Hope Market, we schedule people, so they call if they need, food, then we schedule them and meter them so that we've got just one family at a time that comes in and shops and then leaves. We schedule that every 20 to 30 minutes. And so we wiped everything down, in between, and made sure that we're keeping, those kind of protocols secure and safe. But the market gives families the opportunity to shop for what it is. Again, the dignity of shopping for what they want to take home to their families to eat. We also got a donation of some coolers and some freezers. That gives us the opportunity to be able to provide more fresh produce, fresh food at our food bank than we have been able to in the past. And that has been an
All right, time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Here we are, only 2 days before Christmas, and what a beautiful winter day it was out there today all across North Central Washington. This shot this afternoon from our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi tower camera. We call it the cross camera. Here's Wenatchee and East Wenatchee and all that beautiful blue sky, which brought sunshine today with just a light breeze out there, but temperatures didn't warm up all that much. In fact, we were about where we should be for this time of year. 32 our high unofficially today, 31 is normal, 23 our overnight low, and that's just 1 degree above where we should be for this time of year. 46 our record high 7 years ago in 2013, and this 15 below is one of the coldest temperatures I could find on record here in the Wenatchee area, and that happened in 1983. Sunrise 7:46 this morning, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:14. Let's take a look at how our Christmas Eve shapes up, and it looks like another quiet weather day around most of North Central Washington. Temperatures just about like today, lower to mid 30s in the Columbia Basin, Quincy, Ephrata, and Moses Lake. 31 for Wenatchee, 30 in Leavenworth, and 31 the high temperature tomorrow for you folks up in beautiful Lake Chelan. Let's take a look at that surface loop now into tonight. Mostly clear skies. It will be chilly still thanks to this area of high pressure that's coming all the way up into Canada and then dragging that cold right back down into our area. It's not just us. Look at this cold air sliding down all the way to southern New Mexico, and that will continue into Christmas Eve too, but it will be a quiet one. Sunny in the morning. We'll see increasing clouds by afternoon, some fog developing late, and then this storm system moves in. Yes, just in time for Christmas. Here's Christmas Day at around 4 p.m. and you can see the snow just making its way into our area, a 70% chance of snow. And here we go at 8 p.m. Christmas night. We could see 1 to 3 inches of new snow as you wake up on Saturday. We're not ruling out a morning snow shower on Saturday either, a 30% chance for that. Mostly cloudy in the afternoon. It's going to stay on the chilly side though, with temperatures mainly in the lower to mid 30s on Saturday. For Sunday, mostly cloudy as we end the weekend. Temperatures just slightly above normal, and that's only about 35 to maybe the upper 30s for Sunday. Still a lot of that cold air all the way down south. For Monday, partly cloudy and a quiet weather day. We'll see lots of sunshine at times all across the Intermountain West, and then that storm system begins to make its way in Monday night, and by the time we get into Tuesday, that's right, possibly more snow. We'll see cloudy skies, a 50% chance of the white stuff, with temperatures holding pretty steady, anywhere between 30 and 35 degrees. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. Tonight will drop down to a very chilly 20 degrees. Sunny and a bit chilly tomorrow for your Christmas Eve, and 31. There's Santa busy on his computer. Cloudy and a 70% chance for late day snow, and 33. And we'll stay pretty consistent temperature-wise with some quiet weather up until Tuesday. And by then, cloudy skies, a 50% chance of snow and a high of 32 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It makes me feel happy.
I feel proud,
gratitude,
connected.
It really fills me up with happiness.
Honor, humble.
It makes my heart happy.
Satisfacción, alegría.
Just happy that I'm able to do such a thing.
I'm just grateful I can give.
Shop smart and safe at the Wenatchee Valley Mall. With CCD protocols in place, you can confidently shop in person at your favorite store, and yes, with socially distanced practices, and Santa will be there too. Check out their website for current deals for merchants, Santa hours, and more at Wenatchee Valley Mall. And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you, or Christmas Eve, if you will. Oh, man, I'm telling you, Josh Gordon just can't get it together. One day after coming off the NFL's commissioner's exempt list, Seahawks wide receiver Josh Gordon was put back on it. Gordon was supposed to rejoin his team on the practice field for the first time in a year today, but according to Bob Condotta of the Seattle Times, Gordon suffered a setback. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero says the league informed Gordon and the Seahawks on Tuesday that Gordon may attend team meetings and individual workouts, but is ineligible to participate or practice or in games. Now, Pelissero wrote that Gordon, quote, had a setback in his battle with substance abuse and now won't be allowed to practice or play indefinitely, end quote. Pete Carroll was asked a barrage of questions today regarding Gordon's situation. All he could say is that they're disappointed he wasn't able to get back on the field today.
Well, we're not able to comment about any of it really, other than to say that he's still in the coming in, working out with our trainers and getting his work done conditioning-wise. We'll revisit it again next week. Certainly disappointed not to have him for his sake and for a lot of things, but we'll stay with it and we'll see what happens next week.
Gordon was suspended by the NFL for the 6th time last December for using performance-enhancing drugs and substances of abuse. He learned earlier this month that he would be able to come off the list this week and rejoin his team. At this point, it's unclear when or if Josh Gordon will ever play again. Interesting side note here, the Seahawks left him on the 53-man roster, so who knows what will happen in the next 2 weeks. Well, Gonzaga played a great first half, then had to hold on to beat Northwestern State 95-78 last night at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Bulldogs raced out to a 43-17 halftime lead, but the Demons fought back to within 11 in the second half before Gonzaga closed it out. It was a rare game not televised live, so thanks to Gonzaga Athletics for the highlights there. Drew Timme led the way with 25 points, while Jalen Suggs had 19, Corey Kisper 18. Gonzaga travels to Fort Worth, Texas Saturday to face number 16 Virginia. Game will tip at 1 o'clock on CBS. Well, after 2 nights in the kennel, Northwestern State heads to Pullman for a game at today at Friel Court at Beasley Coliseum to face the 7-0 Washington State Cougars. Washington State bounced back from its first loss of the season Monday. We're talking the ladies now, to Oregon, and beat Eastern Washington 73-52 last night. Cougar women held Eastern to just 7 second quarter points and building a 13-point halftime lead. Coach Cammie Etheridge expected a slow start after Monday's loss, but was happy to get the win.
Yeah, mainly a really sporadic kind of performance, and probably something that you know could count on happening to us after being the third game in 4 days. So took us a while to get going, and I don't know that we ever were really tremendous on the offensive end. Credit to Eastern, they doubled our post and gave us some trouble in there and created some turnovers from our post. They trapped some ball screens and gave us a little bit of trouble. So, it's always something you can find to work on and get better at. And we'll watch this film and see what we can do to get better. But I'm just really happy with the performance of our team, and the fact that we were able to play so many people and get quality minutes for mainly our bench today.
Ula Matuga led 4 players in double figures with 13 points. Charlize Legger-Walker added 12, while Serena Molina and Michaela Jones had 11 and 10 points respectively off the bench. Washington State off until the first of the year when they'll travel to Utah. Well, Cashmere's Haley Van Lith continues to shine in her career at Louisville. The freshman guard has helped the Cardinals to a 5-0 start to number 2 ranking nationally. She's second on the team in scoring and is averaging 15.6 points and 6.8 rebounds per game. Freshman, by the way, off the court, Haley earned a 4.0 in her first semesters on the Dean's List of Scholars. As a team, Louisville's average grade point is nearly 3.1. Van Lith and Louisville are in the middle of a 22-day layoff because of COVID. Their next game will be at Duke on December 31st. Well, last year at this time, the Seahawks coaxed Marshawn Lynch out of retirement to help with the running game after Chris Carson and Rashad Penny went down with injuries. This year, Carson, Penny, and Carlos Hyde are all healthy for the final stretch run. Coach P. Carroll loves the balance it brings to his offense.
It's been a process. This has been an interesting year, where we've come from and how we were just lighting it up, throwing the ball down the field earlier in the year, and now we're back to balance. And now that we got rocked a little with the running backs, and we're back on track again. It feels great to hand the football off to Chris and Carlos whenever you want to go to them. And now that Rashad's back also. We were at the opposite end of that last year at this time, so it gives us the feeling that we can do what we need to do based on whatever the game brings us, and that's what balance is. It's not we're trying to run the ball 50% of the time and throw it 50% of the time. We need the aspect of the game that's necessary to win, and so we know that we can throw it and we know we can run it. So we're real pleased with that, and hopefully we can make it come to life in this game.
Seahawks take on the LA Rams Sunday at Lumen Field for the NFC West Championship. Kickoff at 1:25 on Fox. That's sports. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Mr. Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. You better not pout. You better not cry, because there's a certain guy coming to town tomorrow night. My good friend Santa Claus. And on tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, I'm going to endeavor to interview Santa. No guarantees. I'll see what I can do. All right. Christmas Eve edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Start your holiday live and local right here at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
everyone. Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.